Meantime, President Trump, as you know, is in Malaysia right now, celebrating the closing of a key peace deal between Thailand and Cambodia. Of course, this is the beginning of a major trip to Asia for the president, headlined by that big meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, ahead of what we're hearing about could be a major trade deal between the two countries. We'll see if that's a lot of bluster or if there's some meat on that bone. Let's find out. Lucas Tomlinson live in Kuala Lumpur with the very latest. Hey, LT.
Well, hey, Kevin, good afternoon. And you're right. We'll see what happens with this big meeting with President Trump and China's leader Xi Jinping later this week in South Korea. But for now, some good news from President Trump's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who says a framework agreement has been agreed to with China, which covers rare earth minerals. Those minerals power everything from iPhones to cars to fighter jets, as well as TikTok and soybeans.
President Trump gave me a great deal of negotiating leverage with the threat of the 100% tariffs on November 1st, and I believe we've reached a very substantial framework that will avoid that and allow us to discuss many other things with the Chinese.
So again, Kevin, that deal is about rare earth minerals, TikToks, and soybeans. And here was President Trump arriving in Malaysia, breaking out his signature dance moves before getting serious, providing over that peace deal that you mentioned off the top, ending decades-long hostilities between Southeast Asian neighbors, Cambodia and Thailand. Here was President Trump earlier.
We saved millions of lives. I'm here on a mission of friendship and goodwill, and to deepen our ties of commerce, to strengthen our common security, and to really promote strongly stability, prosperity, and peace.
And here was President Trump signing the agreement. Earlier on Fox News Sunday, Trump's trade representative Jameson Greer provided a summary to Shannon Bream for all the president has accomplished here in Malaysia.
We've already seen a great outcome today. We signed 2 full trade deals with Malaysia and Cambodia, 2 agreements in principle with Thailand and Vietnam. We made critical minerals deals. We did a peace deal between Thailand and Cambodia.
Not far away, Kevin, is the South China Sea, where China's military has been growing. Recall 10 years ago in the Rose Garden, President Xi met with then-President Barack Obama and pledged to the world he would not militarize those artificial reefs in the South China Sea. Officials say President Xi has broken that promise, and today China lays claim to a broad swath of the water, the South China Sea, against the United Nations. Kevin?
LT, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Lucas Tomlinson traveling with the president. Meantime, we are joined by one of the very best, that of course being Gordon Chang, Keystone Senior Fellow here on the program. I always love having conversations with you. I always learn a great deal, Gordon. It is wonderful to have you on the program. I just want to ask you from the very outset, are you as skeptical as I am that a deal just might be made during this trip between the U.S. and China?
I'm skeptical, and the reason is, yes, there's a framework agreement, but we don't have final terms. Now, clearly, we could end up with final terms, but the problem here is that it looks like, once again, that we are trading a concrete action, which is not imposing the 100% additional tariff, for promises from China on fentanyl, on rare earths, on soybeans. We've done this in the past. And matter of fact, President Trump did this in his past with the January 2020 Phase 1 trade deal, which China then openly violated almost immediately. So, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 27 times, well, shame on me. This is the problem that we are facing right now.
Here's my question. I always want to see, frankly, I'm bemused by the relationship between the two leaders. I get the sense when I listen to President Trump, he actually has a great deal of respect for President Xi Jinping. And I'm not saying that the same isn't true on behalf of the Chinese leader. I think he may have respect for President Trump, but I don't know that the two men see eye to eye on what would make a good deal, what would constitute a good deal. Do you think that's even possible, Gordon?
Well, clearly they have conflicting goals, and they are mutually inconsistent. So we are directly opposed to China on all of these issues. And indeed, there's so many others as well that we haven't even talked about. So this is a struggle, and we Americans have got to understand that we have gone back to a Cold War type struggle. But unlike the first Cold War, our opponent, our enemy, is actually taking substantial numbers of American lives. China's doing that with fentanyl. It did it with COVID. We have got to impose those costs on China for doing it. Otherwise, China will continue to take American lives. That's the big difference between now and the fight with the Soviet Union.
Take a 30,000-foot view of this particular trip. What do you expect is the most important aspect, aside from China, on this trip for the president?
Yeah, I think the deal with Thailand is really critical, and that is a rare earths agreement. And by doing that, and with the rare earth agreement with Australia, President Trump is doing something fantastic. What he's doing is he's reducing America's vulnerability on this card that China has played. China has two real points of leverage against the United States. One of them is rare earths, and another one, which is even bigger, is pharmaceuticals. And what President Trump is doing on rare earths is making sure that we can mine and process, or we can do it through our friends. And that's why the Thai agreement today was so important.
For people who wonder why this is even relevant to their day-to-day lives, can you help unpack that? A lot of viewers, frankly, will write me, Gordon, and they'll say, Kevin, I've got bills, I've got a life, I've got a family. I don't know what this really means for me. What do you say to those viewers?
Well, first of all, if you have any sort of modern equipment, it depends on rare earths, many of them processed or mined by China. Pharmaceuticals, if you're on prescriptions, many of them come from China. And China not only has a near monopoly, it has a 100% monopoly on the key starting materials that go into pharmaceuticals. If you have a son or daughter who's been killed with fentanyl, that's really a murder. If you have a relative who died from COVID, Xi Jinping, once this disease got out into China, made decisions to spread it around the world. That's 1.2 million Americans. The list goes on and on. China's regime calls the U.S. an enemy. It is decided it is going to try to take us down. It has a doctrine of unrestricted warfare. And we are taking casualties, and we are not doing enough to prevent the Chinese from taking more American lives.
As always, I learn so much when I have conversations with the great Gordon Chang, and we certainly appreciate you spending a good bit of time with us this weekend. I'm going to be watching, obviously, very carefully. I know you will as well, and we look forward to having more conversations. Gordon Chang from Gatestone. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.